penso che l'ho cliccato, non mi dici niente.
Sì, siamo live.
Aspetta, e trasmetti dal vivo. Eccoci, vai Luca, puoi andare.
Okay, and I guess we can switch to English now. This is the second session of the day of presentation of the Erasmus mobility for the students who have been selected this year. I'm not the person who is in charge for the explanation. Actually, it should be really embarrassing to me. I'm very ignorant. But I'm the guy who usually says something on behalf of the rector and on behalf of the whole university to celebrate a little bit this moment, because this is an important one. Actually, more than celebrating and more than talking about the importance of this thing you are perfectly aware about, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank all of you for your commitment, for the passionate participation to the mobility schemes. To us, this is not just an addendum in our activity. This is a fundamental asset of the whole concept of university community. That's why we work together, the students, the teachers and researchers, the staff. Everybody is committed about the idea of getting a stronger and stronger community of mobile members of the university world, and particularly within the European context, thanks to the Erasmus. As you know, probably the Erasmus has been confirmed for the next 6 years now, and there will be more money, not an incredible amount of money in these difficult times, but 26 billions of euros will be enough to extend the target of mobile students in Europe. This is absolutely crucial for the future of the European Union, but this is absolutely crucial for the future of our students. We cannot think to a European university if we don't conceive it as a open network of universities where people are by definition mobile. And you are an important episode in this long history, which lasts now since more than 30 years. I guess that you will be thrilled about making part of this, because this is not simply improving your career, getting new experience, learning experiences, life experiences as well, but even to enter a sphere of mobile European students. This is actually the true spirit of the Erasmus and more generally the true spirit of our sense of internationalization. That's why I want to thank you. I want to thank Simona, and through Simona and Annalisa, I want to thank all the people working at the university for this. This is not a secondary thing. I'm sure everybody will understand that this is an important asset. I want to thank, of course, the young people from the Erasmus network and all the colleagues from other structure of the university who make this thing real, because we have to think about how to acknowledge credits, how to transfer the money, how to record the different types of mobility, and so on and so forth. All these things, as I said at the beginning, I'm very ignorant about. I mean, I'm so lucky to have these people with me, and so I think now it's time to stop here and to wish you terrific experience as a mobile student. I'm sure the next year will be normal, and we will get back to our normality as a member of the European university community. That's why it's important to preserve this enthusiastic and passionate approach. Let's go and listen careful all the things that will be said from my colleagues and from your colleagues and from the Erasmus network. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Grazzichelli. And now I introduce you, Dottoressa Annalisa Poggialini, who is the head of the International Relations Office.
Thank you, Simona. Just a few words, because it's important that you listen, my colleagues. And I just want to start with giving you my congratulations for this important result as an Erasmus mobility student. And I confirm also what Professor Vesichelli has already told you, that your mobility experience under the Erasmus program will be absolutely important for your life and for your didactic activity. And we wish you all our best in terms and best results, of course, in terms of credits and experience of life, hoping that, of course, that the next academic year will be, we hope, of course, in present. In any case, there will be also the possibility to do it as a blended mobility or virtual mobility. But let's hope again that will be possible for you to go to other countries, to other universities to do this kind of experience. And now, please, pay particular attention to all information you receive from my colleague regarding administration and didactic aspects. And so the aim of this meeting is absolutely to face with you, to have a look again with you to our call, in which you can find all information, because it's important that you start to do all the steps in terms before you are leaving, before you go abroad. And so I thank you again, my colleague, Simona Ciani, for this important help in giving you information, and also the previous collaboration from the representative, Sara, from Erasmus Student Network. Consider also this important information that she can give you, because it's important, the experience that this network has done until now for the improvement of the mobility of this Erasmus program. Information, also practical information, are very, very important to obtain the result in a better way. Thank you again for your presence. Pay attention again, and I pass my words to Simona.
Hello, welcome to everybody. And I'm going through the notice of selection where we stopped the last time. I'm going to share the monitor. Hold on. Okay, fine. So these are, let's say, the articles that are important for the assignees. After the publication of the rankings, after the assignment of the destinations, we have been nominated you to the host universities. So I have already finished the nomination for the first semester and the full year mobilities. And I said nearly because some host universities have not opened the nomination procedure yet. But I believe that by middle of April, all of you will be nominated. Of course, those who will carry out the first semester or the full year mobility, 21-22. So after the nomination, you will receive, usually you will receive an email from the host university on your university account, okay, because we do not give the personal email address, but all the communication will be exchanged through the university email. So you will be contacted by the host university, and they will give you information about their procedures, mainly about the application procedure, because each university will have their steps, and so maybe you will be asked to send the learning agreement or other documents by email or maybe online. Each university has its own procedures. They will inform you about the lodging, okay, the university residencies and so on. And so maybe you will have to apply for rooms at the university's dormitory, but they will inform you, they will give you exact information on the steps that you have to take. So financial contribution. I think we have already gone through this article, but I'm going to repeat it. So as you saw, we published a ranking in which there were listed the destination assigned and two columns concerning the grants. Okay, so some of you are, for example, they have obtained both, maybe both grants, the European and the ministerial integration, and or maybe you can. Beside your name, it is written eligible. Okay, this means that as the funds that we have do not cover all the mobilities. Okay, we had we distributed, okay, the money and because the rankings were built on the basis of the score merit plus language. Okay, and so this score of course built the ranking, and people a little bit low with a low position, maybe of course they are eligible for the European grant, and maybe they are eligible for the ministerial integration. This means that if the recipients of these grants, if they one or some of them withdraw the mobility, okay, the funds, their grant will be reallocated to the eligible student. So this means that this may occur at any time, okay, and we will inform immediately the student who have this kind of status changed. So from eligible to recipient. And the grant, as you see, will be paid in two installments. The first, for the European grant, we will pay the 80% where after the sending of the Erasmus certificate with the arrival date, and while the ministerial integration will be paid as at 50%, calculated on the basis, of course, of the period declared in the grant agreement, and we will talk about the grant agreement in a while. And the balances will be, or the balance will be paid only after the end of the mobility, after having complied with after the mobility procedure, and we will see as well this procedure. Okay. I don't know if among you there are some people enrolled in the Department of Philology and Literary Criticism, but anyway, this department we give some, I think 6, but the exact number is in the web page Erasmus for Studies. They will give an additional scholarship, okay, and so they will inform us about their assignment, and we will pay this grant as soon as the student start the mobility. Okay, then there will be also a possibility to apply for additional funds if you have a certified disability. And so we will, of course, as soon as this call will be opened by the Erasmus National Agency, we will publish it, and the student who have this certified disability may get in contact with the office in charge to support this student, and so they can give more information about the application. Lastly, those students who have the DSU grant can, of course, get in contact with the DSU in order to inform them that they have won this opportunity, this Erasmus mobility, so that the DSU can give also their a grant to this student. So now the assignee responsibilities. This is very important. So formalities required by the host. As I told you, you will be contacted by the host university, and you have to comply with their procedures. Okay, you have to comply with them, and you have to don't have to let the deadline expire without having finished having taken all the steps requested, because otherwise you won't be accepted. You won't be accepted by the university, by the host university, and you will not be able to carry out the mobility. So please check your email box, okay, the university email box, and also the spam box, because sometimes this communication may be considered a spam. It's difficult, but it may occur. And anyway, if let's say by the end of April, beginning of May, if you haven't heard from the host university, please write to us to erasmus.out@unisi.it, okay, which is our email address. You should know it very well. And so we will try to find out why you were not contacted by the host university, okay? Of course, for those students who choose the second semester as a semester of mobility, they will be contacted by the host university in autumn, because we will send their nomination at the end of August, beginning of September. Okay, so if they are not contacted now, they don't have to worry, because the host university doesn't know their names yet. Okay, so now before the mobility. So at this page, which is this link leads to a web page inside the Erasmus for Studies web page. So you have to take these steps. Learning agreement, and I will talk it in a while. Grant agreement. The grant agreement has to be, we hope to that by September we will be back at a normal lifestyle. So hopefully it will have to be dropped at our desk, okay? Or it may be it may be sent by post, if you have not the possibility to drop it at our desk in the 15 days before your departure. This grant agreement has to be filled by all the students, regardless if they are a recipient or eligible of the European grant. Okay, all of you has to fill it, and the amount, and it has to be declared only the amount of the European grant. Okay, you don't have to mention the ministerial grant. And of course, if you are just eligible of the grant, you will not write write any amount. And in case you will become a recipient for the grant, we will amend the grant agreement. So once you have dropped or sent the grant agreement, you will receive a link to the online language test, because you will be requested to take a language test at the beginning and at the end of your mobility. This test, the language may be English or maybe the language of the host country. I think that it would be an opportunity to take the test in the language of the host country, because if you don't speak it, you will have the possibility to attend an online course, a free online course, and in this way you will learn not only English but also another language, which I think will be very helpful in your daily life while you are during your mobility. At the same time, when you drop your grant agreement, you have to you have to upload your bank details on the Segreteria online. Okay, so here it is the path, and so please, the IBAN, IBAN, should be, of course, yours. It may be a bank account, or it may be a card or a debit card, but there must be an IBAN, okay, on it, and must be of yours. No other name, no other, it cannot belong to another person. Okay, if you, as international student, maybe your residence is, of course, is abroad, is from in your country. So please upload the domicile in Italy, where you live in Siena. Okay, and in the Segreteria Online you have two parts. One part is the residence address, and the other part is the domicile in Italy. Okay, so please fill it very carefully, this second part. Otherwise we would have problems and errors, and we would have problems with paying your grant. If you live in a university residence, please fill the form which you find in the web page before the mobility web page, and so that we have to, because we have to inform the university residents. In case you decide to withdraw your mobility, you have to send the form to our email address, as you can see here. And please do it when you decide this, when you make this decision. Please send this form, because if in case you are a recipient of a grant, this money can be reallocated to other students, and we can inform them, immediately. So these are all what you have to do before you leave. Once you have left, once you have started your mobility, you have to download the Erasmus certificate that you find on the web page during the mobility. The link is here, as you can see. So you have to download the Erasmus certificate, give it to the host university. The host university will write the arrival date, and then you have to send it to us. Okay, I think that also for the mobility 21-22, maybe you will have the possibility to carry out 3 types of mobility. Mobility in person. This means that you go physically to the host country, and in this way, if you are a recipient of a grant, you will receive all the money. Or a second type, maybe a blended mobility. This means that part of the mobility can be carried out remotely from Italy, or for another country which is not the host country, which is not the country of the host university, and partially in person at the host university. If only the period in person in the host country can be paid, can be considered valid for the grant, and it cannot be shorter than 3 months. So if you will have the possibility, if you decide to carry out this kind of mobility, please be sure to stay abroad at least 3 months. Or the last mobility, the last type, is a virtual mobility, which means that the mobility is carried out remotely, and in a country different from the country of the host university. It may be Italy, it may be at your home, it may be anywhere, but not in the host country. And this mobility is not valid, is valid, but it will not get the grant. And for this reason, beside the Erasmus certificate, we will ask you, and you will find this amendment, let's say, in the web page during the mobility. You will be requested to send also your ticket, okay? Because we need a proof that you have. That you have traveled to the host country. You may change your learning agreement, and I will go through this document in a while. You may also ask for a mobility period extension, okay? And so if you, for example, if you had a one semester mobility, and you want to extend this mobility to the second semester, you have firstly ask for the approval of the host university. Secondly, you have to ask for the approval of the coordinator in Siena. And after these approvals, you have to send the form that you find in the web page during the mobility, and you have to fill it, sign it, and have it signed by the host university. After that, you will send it to our email address. Please be aware that usually the extensions are not paid. They are paid only if all the students eligible for the grant will have changed their status into recipients. And so after that, if there are funds still available, we will be able to pay the extensions. Otherwise, this will not be possible. So at the end of your mobility, okay, and here is the link to the page, the web page after the mobility. So within, if you can, within 10 days from the end of your mobility, without waiting the transcript of records, because sometimes people delay in sending these documents because they wait for transcript of records, and all the procedure delay as well. So the transcript of records usually, the transcript of records is in this way. It is the list, the document issued by the host university in which all the exams taken and passed are listed. Okay, and this document is issued by the host university at least 1 month after the end of your mobility. Okay, so please send the Erasmus certificate with the arrival and departure dates, the return ticket, and the learning agreement, all the pages of the learning agreement which was filled, okay, to the address, to our address, okay. And after this sending, you will receive a message from this email or a similar one, because I don't know if they have changed it, but anyway, this is the domain of the address, with the link to an EU survey, and which is mandatory. Okay. There are mandatory these two documents, and also the EU survey. Without these documents, we cannot pay the balances. Okay, and So, and if you don't send these, if you don't comply with this procedure, it may also be decided to also cancel your mobility, because we have to have proof of your mobility. So this was, let's say, administrative procedures, okay? And these procedures are run by me, by our office. The Article 10, Procedure for Recognition of Educational Activities Carried Out Abroad, and I'm sorry, but there is not a representative from the student's office.
Simona,
Sì, ci sei?
sì, ci sarei se ti va bene.
Sorry, sorry, because I didn't check who arrived. So please, you can if you want, I can continue with this sharing if you need it.
Okay.
Okay. Or maybe if you want to show a document of yours, you can, of course, I interrupt my sharing, and then you can show your documents. It's up to you.
No, non c'ho niente da dimostrare.
Okay.
Posso accendere la telecamera, ma non capisco se mi vedi così.
No, in questo momento vedo solamente il tuo nome e cognome, ma non
Devo
non
fare avvia
importa.
vita personale, forse? Proviamo. Mi vedi? No.
No, dovrebbe essere, aspetta.
Aspetta.
Devo interrompere la condivisione.
E posso parlare senza che mi vediate, insomma.
Sì, assolutamente, sì.
Okay.
Sì, please turn. Okay, please.
Good evening. I'll explain what to do from the didactic point of view. Approximately 2 months before departure, you must deliver the learning agreement for the approval of the teaching committee of your department. You must enter the exams you intend to take in the host university and the corresponding exams at the University of Siena. These will be approved by the teaching committee, and when the learning is signed, you will receive it by email. During the Erasmus, you can also make some variations if you want to modify the Erasmus study plan, if you want to delete or replace some exams. Variations must also be approved by the teaching committee. In fact, you have to fill in the during mobility part of your learning agreement and send it to the student office for approval by the committee. At the end of the mobility, the exams will be recognized on the basis of the transcript that the host university will issue to you. When you receive the transcript, you will have to send it to the Erasmus office and also to the student office. That's all. However, you must remember to enroll for the academic year when the time comes, and to enter the study plan in your reserved area when the time is right, even if you are on Erasmus. For anything related to credits recognition, you can contact the student office of your department. Sì, that's all. Perché non sento più. Non c'hai
no, okay, sì. Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you so much. And fine. So what I missed to tell you, and which is a very, very important thing to remember, and maybe I told you during the presentation of the notice of selection, it is that you cannot take exams at the University of Siena while you are in mobility. Okay, this is very important because although the system, although the Segreteria Online may allow you to book a date for exam, because we are working on it, because at present this cannot be done, unfortunately. This cannot be stopped by the system, but the general rule is that you cannot take exams at the University of Siena during your mobility. Okay, so please keep it in mind. Otherwise, the exam will be cancelled. And fine, okay. I think that, okay, about the disabilities, I told you about disabilities. Okay, so I think I can leave, as I wrote on the page, you can write your questions. And so we will answer your questions during the question time. If you have doubts, of course, no problem at all. And I think now I can leave the floor to the ESN representative, who will for sure give you very, very important information and help for your future mobility. Please, Sara.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sara. Today, I'm the representative of ESN Siena Jazz. And I wanted to thank you, the university, and all of you for this opportunity. And also, I wanted to congratulate with you for this occasion, because I think we believe that the Erasmus is the starting point of another life and another experience. We prepared a PowerPoint presentation. Let's see if I can share my screen. Hope you can see it. Okay, so we wanted to start with the phrase, your Erasmus starts now. Why? Because since from the moment on that you can start, you start preparing your papers and also everything that regards the Erasmus experience, then starts your Erasmus. We believe that Erasmus is a very, very important experience, and we are kind of the promoter of this experience. So what is ESN? ESN is called the Erasmus Student Network because actually we are students. I am a student, which before I went on Erasmus. And for this reason, when I came back, I found in myself that I wanted to share all my thoughts, all my ideas, all the experience I reached. And now I'm here in order to spread and to share with you all the important information about the Erasmus experience. But about us, we are the biggest European student network. We are in 528 local sections in 41 countries. So we are a lot of people. Our values are international values, are values that respect the European values are the openness with tolerance, cooperation in integration, the love for Europe. But one of the most important ones, and the one that I believe is one of the most important ones, is the students helping students. Why? Because as I told you before, I'm a student, so I can understand better all the challenges that you will face during your Erasmus experience, but also the positive vibes that you will experience. From an international point of view, you can see us that we are in most of Europe. Actually, we are also in non-Europe borders, so in places like Russia, like many places that are not part of Europe, and we are in 528 local sections in 41 countries. From the national point of view, in Italy, we are 54 local sections in 47 cities. We are we have many Erasmus students and many exchange students, and we are many active members. Then from a local point of view, in Siena, we are these people, we are ESN Siena Jazz, and actually before the pandemic situation, we were able to make barbecues, to make events, also with all the Italian network, we were these people, and we are all Erasmus, all students from the university. Only with ESN you can enjoy these activities. When, for example, when I did my Erasmus experience, I enjoyed all these activities. Ones are sport activities, for example, Erasmus people, but also you will be able to join the Erasmus, the national Erasmus games that are like a challenge, some challenges, just sports challenges. The trips, we have one of the most famous trips, that is one to Rome. It's called the ICE, Incontro Culturale Erasmus, so the encounter where all Erasmus from all Italy found themselves, and also they meet themselves. Then social Erasmus, we make many activities that regards the raising awareness on peace, on gender equality, and many issues also regarding the environment. Then we have other two activities. One is the city tour, that actually is one of the first activities you will face during your Erasmus experience, because if you go on Erasmus, if you go maybe to a city, there you will find your ESN section, and then they will tell you, what about making a city tour? And then you will have to tell them yes, because they will train you about the city. They will tell you all the most important places of the city, where you can go shopping, where you can go to make all the the normal life while making an Erasmus. Then a tandem is the activity where you can meet other people and you can speak your mother tongue with other people. So then you can maybe speak Italian, English, French, many languages all together, and obviously meet many people. But actually, we make also one of the most important things regarding the ESN is the ESN card, because actually it's the membership card of the Erasmus Student Network and is used as a discount card. Maybe you will know the partnership we have with Ryanair, with Flixbus, and later I will tell you more about this. And remember, if in your Erasmus city is not present an ESN section, you can make your ESN card with us. So we also had many problems with the UK. So maybe if you go on Erasmus in UK, then you can, and there you cannot find a section, an ESN section. You just have to write to us and say, okay, I want to make my ESN card. And then you can make your ESN card with us, with ESN Siena Jazz. So about the discounts, we have the beginning discounts is one with Ryanair, 4 flights with 10% of discount and free checked-in luggage, 20 kilos. So this is very important for you, and also from my point of view as an Erasmus student before, thanks to ESN, thanks to Ryanair, I had my flights and I could travel while bringing with me many things. So everything was free. With Flixbus, you have the 10% of discounts with your vouchers. Then talking about all the services, We normally have an office, so you can find us in the office here in Siena. You can find us in the Palazzo del Rettorato. It's called Via Banchi di Sotto 5555, and you can find us there. And normally all the ESN sections have an office, so you can go there and you can ask them some infos about also bureaucratical point of view. Then you can have your ESN card there, and then you can also ask for the events tickets when before the events were available. Actually, one of the most important services we give is the buddy system. But what is a buddy system? It's a program that is promoted from us, from ESN Siena Desk, but also from all the ESN sections in Europe in collaboration with the University of Siena, through which Erasmus students are matched with students of the University of Siena. So if you are an Erasmus, you go abroad, you have no idea about the city, about what to do, where to go and where to live, you can ask your ESN section of your Erasmus place, or maybe you can ask also the university, because we have many partnerships with the universities. You can ask, I want a buddy. And so they will give you a student that will help you during your Erasmus experience. Sorry. Then we have another, then I have some technological problems here, technical problems. Okay, so about, I will tell you more about Ask Erasmus. Also, Ask Erasmus is another initiative we make that is important if in this moment, at this moment, you are assignees of an Erasmus. So you will want to get to know more the city where you will live. So, for example, you want to go to Valencia, and you have no idea about the people that live there. You cannot connect with ESN Valencia. You can ask for a volunteer that now is not a buddy, but actually is kind of that, is similar to this. And actually Ask Erasmus allows Italian students, but also international students, so to get in touch with those who before them started an exchange period in the same countries. And a special platform will allow you to make the most appropriate match and to receive information about your Erasmus destination. So now I think from this month on, you will have all the availability in order to make this match. So the form of the Ask Erasmus opens the 12th of April. So now you have a few time in order to check your also your answers, your questions you want to make to your volunteers, and then you will have to follow these pages in order to keep and to check when the form opens and where there will be all the information available in order to have a volunteer that will help you if you have some questions, if you want to know maybe what airport is the best one, where you can leave your luggage, all this information, also about bureaucracies. So these are all the contacts. And I'll leave you with the last slide that is about our information. So it's our page, Facebook, Instagram, email, the web page. So you can ask us what questions you want when you want. We are all available 24 hours in the week, so you can ask us what you want, if you have problems, if you have fears, everything. So we are available for you, and I want also to congratulate you another time for this occasion, because you can believe me, is the best occasion that you have in your life, and you have to profit from it.
Thank you, Sarah, for your presentation, which I think has been very, very helpful. I would like to add another information concerning the accommodation, because as I told you, the host university will inform you about the procedures to apply for the accommodation at the university residence. But in case you won't get the accommodation in there, you may also take advantage, and I'm going to share hold on. You can take advantage of two portals in which you can find the link and to these two portals where you can find a list of available accommodations, and they students. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we have two agreements, one with the network Housing Anywhere, and the other one is Uniplaces, and in these portals you will find a list of available apartments or rooms in the town that is going to host you, and they assure you, let's say, fair contract, and they will help you in this process. In case, of course, the host university cannot give you a residence, a room in their dormitories. Okay, so I think no, just another addition, another thing that I would like to add is about the learning agreement. So if you have so after you will receive the email from your host universities university with all the forms and the procedure for to comply with their application procedure. And of course, you will also receive a link of their course offer. So you will check their course offer, and this will help you, of course, to fill the learning agreement. If you have anyway difficulties in filling this document with the exams to be taken abroad, and match them with the exams listed in your study plan in Siena, well, you may address to the department representative for the international affair, and you find the list in both in the web page Erasmus for Studies and in the web page Erasmus for Traineeship. So, of course, you have to go to this professor with the list of the courses offered by the host university and your study plan in Siena. And so maybe you for sure you will receive a help for filling the learning agreement, which then will have to be approved by the Board of Education, okay, before you leave. Or maybe you can address the president of the Board of Education, and so both professors may help you with this procedure. If there is no addition from the speakers, I may go through your questions and so to answer your questions. So the first one, the host university requires a transcript in English version, but the transcript integrated online are in Italian. Yes, so you have to ask for the transcript of records to your student's office. And if the host university allow the sending from our office, and this issuing and this sending will be free of charge, okay, so you can ask your student's office to issue the transcript of records and send it to us, and then you have with the email address which will receive this document, okay? And this procedure is free of charge. On the contrary, if the host university does not accept such a procedure, and want that document to be uploaded or anyway to be sent by you, well, you have, of course, also address and ask for it the student's office, but you will be asked for this is not free of charge. Okay, so first of all, the first thing is to ask the host university if they can accept our sending. In this way, you will not pay anything. Okay. I have an IELTS certificate and my course is in English in UC. Do I still need to take the language test? Yes, because this is what the European Commission asked for the Erasmus mobility. Okay, so you will receive the link after the dropping of the grant agreement, and it may be, I mean, it may be in English if you want, but if you have already a high, anyway, a good command in English, well, I suggest you to ask for a test in the host, in the name of the host country. In this way, you will learn another language, and which will be, I think, very useful during your mobility, because not everyone speaking English in Italy and also in other countries. Okay, is there any recommendation for the bank account that has a collaboration with UNIC? I have tried with N26, but they said my country. So we, as far as I know, well, at present, the University of Siena is changing the bank, but I think that the new bank is Intesa San Paolo. Hold on, it's Intesa San Paolo, ti ricordi? Okay, anyway, I believe that
Simona, can I say just one thing about
N26? Please, sorry.
Okay. No, sorry. The fact is that ESN started a collaboration with the University of Siena while giving the N26 is a bank account, is a credit card that you can use and is a prepaid one. But you can find all the information in the website, and later I will have to find the link, and then I will send you the drive. We prepared a drive that is written all the things you have to do. So starting from your name, surname, and then giving you your address, and then you will have the N26. You can have it in the app. So while following the N26 bank account app in your mobile, or if you want a physical card, we can send it to you. But later I will send you the link in the page, in the YouTube page.
Okay, very good. The second question is, I still have one exam that I haven't taken last semester, so I need to take the exam next semester, but my mobility is 10 months. Therefore, is it possible for me to take the exam in UC? Well, I'm not sure if I understood. Anyway, you can take the exam in UNIC if you're not in mobility. Okay, once you have started your mobility, you cannot take exams in Siena. Okay, so if this exam is very important, of course, and it is. But anyway, if this exam, if you cannot take this exam during your mobility, you may think to shorten your period. Okay, and in order not to delay your graduation, for example. But if you think that if you don't find this exam at the host university and you want to shorten your mobility, you have to ask your host university for approval. Okay, because the host university has to approve the shortening of your period. Can you please explain the visa process for non-EU students? For example, should we apply for the visa here in Italy or in our home country? So the visa, well, usually the host university inform the student also concerning the visa. Okay, because of course every country has its own rules. Okay, so for sure you have to have your permit of stay in Italy valid. Okay, so please be careful and check your permit of stay. And because I think otherwise and then you can, of course, you have to get in contact with the embassy of your host country in Italy. Okay, because although you're not Italian, I think you have to address the embassy of the host country, of the university, I mean, of the host university in Italy, at the embassy in Italy. German university request for bank account. Now, can we open it at our home country, for example, Azerbaijan, provide English version document? Well, I don't know what are the German rules. What I can tell you, if you are, as far as Italy is concerned, the University of Siena is concerned, is that if you upload a bank account details which is of an Azerbaijan bank in the Segreteria online, I don't think that Azerbaijan is in the SEPA countries, and you find the list of SEPA countries in the Erasmus for Studies webpage. For this kind of bank accounts, you are charged. Okay, so your grant, you will receive less money because part of the grant, which is not much, but it depends on the country, okay, in which the bank account was open. So it may be, the charges may be, I don't know, 30 euros. I think if I remember well, up to 80 euros, okay, for bank expenses, for bank fees. So I suggest you to open a bank account or as far as the University of Siena is concerned, it's okay, also a prepaid card. Maybe the German university, I think that the German university want a bank account, detail, because they may ask you to be issued a bank statement. and you have to have some money in this bank account. I don't know how much they require as a deposit, let's say, but I think that Germany and also Austria, they ask for this bank account deposit, because yes, they ask for this for the non-European students. And also Germany usually ask for a fee which is not the university tuition fee, but this is a fee for services. And so I think you will ask you to pay, I don't remember, 300 or something, 300 euros. I mean, and because with this money you can get a season ticket for transports and other facilities. I don't remember if I told you, but maybe did my colleague Barbara. You have to pay the university tuition fees are paid at the University of Siena. Okay, so this is the base of the international mobility. Each student pays the university fees at her own university, not at the host university. And of course, although you live in mobility, you will have to comply with, as my colleague Barbara told you, you have to comply with all the procedures at the University of Siena, like enrollment, like fees if you have to pay them. Okay, he's saying that German university request for 4,000 euro block account. Yes, this is true, and this is asked for the non-European students. And Sarah copied, pasted the link concerning the bank and 2026, and so please take advantage of this information. The last question is, does the learning agreement have to be as we requested on the application when we, oh sorry, I don't understand. Does the learning agreement have to be as we requested on the application when we requested? I have a problem, an understanding problem, but okay. Anyway, let's say that the learning, as far as the University of Siena procedure is concerned, you should start the learning agreement procedure at least 2 months before you start your mobility. But you may be requested by your host university to send a learning agreement during, let's say, it may be requested during their application procedure. Among all the documents they will ask for you, there may be also the learning agreement. So in this way, of course, you have to manage the learning agreement before, the 2 months said. So you will have to fill the learning agreement, and it will have to be approved by the education board. If the education board, the meeting of the education board does not meet with the deadline of the application procedure, you can address the president of your of the education board of your course and ask him or her to sign, to check your learning agreement and to sign it before the meeting of the board, because you have to meet the deadline of the host university. And then this document will be lately approved by the Board of Education, but of course the signature of the president will act as immediate approval. So my permesso expires in September, exactly when the exchange period begins. Should I renew my permesso before it gets expired? Well, I don't know if you can renew your permesso di soggiorno before it expires. I suggest you to address the police, or maybe address the embassy of the host country, and maybe it would be good, of course, to have the visa issued before your permesso di soggiorno expires. But I think that you have, and although you have the visa for the host country, I think that you have also to renew your permesso di soggiorno in Italy as well. So please address both the police and also the embassy of the host country. Okay, so if nothing has to be, if nothing more has to be added, we can end here our meeting. And I hope we help you in all these procedures. And the registration of this meeting, you can find the registration of this meeting in the webpage Erasmus for Studies, and which is the same link as this one for the live streaming. And well, I thank you all. I thank you, Barbara and Sara, and of course Professor Bezzichelli, who is on another call, and my colleagues for their presentations and for their support in this for the mobility.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Ciao, bye bye.
Bye bye, Barbara. Thank you. Bye bye, Sarah. Okay. Goodbye to everyone. Of course. Okay. I know I can see a last question. If I still need to have a visa, what does matter to have the permission here in Italy? Well, I actually it is just a suggestion. Maybe you will not have to renew also your permission of stay, but you have, this must be said for sure by the police. So please ask them in order, not to have surprises, let's say, later on. So please address the police and address the embassy of the host country in Italy. Have a nice mobility. Enjoy it. Goodbye. Sì.